time since we did the form in class.
Yeah. I'm starting to integrate that into the leg training.
That's good. I did that with Billy today too. Because I did it with that one girl who couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then I realized, like, man, my stance has got weaker. Like,
yeah. Like instead of like just doing like basic like squats and stuff, I'm starting to like do like flying side kicks and stuff like that in the bag.
yeah.
That works like the dynamics of the legs and the form, those isometrics.
Yeah.
And then the jump rope. So it'd be like the form, the jump rope, and then like the dynamic kicks. So like basically for the technique, I'm starting to like integrate a lot of basically the techniques to work the legs, rather than just doing like just squats all day. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody trying to do CrossFit over here.
Yeah. It's just more. It just helps their body coordination while they train their legs.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that's the thing, like, you might see maybe like a middle-aged woman who's done Taekwondo for a long time.
Yeah.
And then, you know, maybe she's not really strong or physically fit, but she might have the coordination to do like spin kicks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's pretty valuable too.
Yeah. Like basically the Taekwondo form that we had before, I just broke it down to like the last 5 kicks or something where it's the hardest one.
Right.
And just keep doing those. And then the good warm up is that back fist drill, which is like doing those kicks. That's a good warm up. Because even for me, I know I gotta improve a lot in those complicated jumping kicks.
I gotta improve my vertical. That'll help for all that.
Yeah. Because when you hit that bag, that's how you can get it to the next level. When you do those jumping kicks, those complicated ones on the bag.
Yeah.
It really helps you develop the technique.
Yeah. Because you're right, let's say like the jumping back kick,
yeah.
like back side kick. Like if you hit Bob and you're off center, like you can't really tell because Bob doesn't spin. But if you hit that heavy bag off center, you'll spin and you'll just kind of like shank a glance off of the side.
Yeah, yeah. Like you also get the heavy bag gives you the feeling of what it takes to get that technique to the next level.
I was doing where I like push the heavy bag so it would swing back and then come swing towards me, and then do a reverse side kick as it's swinging towards you.
Yeah.
It's a little dangerous, but it's a little scary at first. It's like somebody running at you, I guess.
Yeah, it's good training.
It's the opposing force that sends you back a little bit.
Yeah, it's great training. It's hard to, you can't replace it really. But when you're doing all those jumping kicks, you don't even think about it being an exercise, and then it becomes an exercise.
That's the best way. It's like playing a sport and you're going to work out while playing a sport.
Yeah. It's like being a kid again. Even for me, like doing like kick right after another and try to have that body control. It's not that easy. So you gotta like work on it.
Yeah, totally.
So the thing about those kicks is like, those jumping kicks and all the spin kicks, it's like, they're not efficient, but it's like the best workout. You know? Like it tires you out.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell if your shin still hurt.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't hurt.
Okay.
It just stings. I'm used to it though. I'm used playing soccer. That's why I was on the floor like 15 minutes.
Acting.
Yeah.
Of course, and crying. I love that. That's the best thing in watching soccer. Oh, he very touching when he goes, oh, he bounces up. They practice that. I heard that they practice that. Practice it for
They do that in basketball too.
So I went to the concealed carry course for the last couple of days.
How was it?
And
Stupid?
I mean, I got a lot of thoughts about it, but I think that the concealed carry laws to me is like a scam by the state to kind of just make a bunch of money off of people, but then pretty much like not even really giving you the right. Because they're like, okay, concealed carry, okay, you're allowed to conceal carry, but then you can't bring it in like
Anywhere.
a whole list of places. The only place you can only have is like on the sidewalk. So it's like,
Where are they gonna have it?
like in the sidewalk in your car, that's pretty much it. So pretty much just like, you can't bring it into schools, you can't bring it into any public transportation, you can't bring it into buses, you can't bring it into trains,
Wow.
you can't bring it to any public gatherings where it's like permitted by the city.
Restaurants?
Like restaurants, if the place is like, if they generate more than 50% of their profits from alcohol, you can't bring it in there.
How do you
But
know
then-
this? How would you
Yeah.
know this? How
So
would
But
you
then
know?
the restaurant,
Bars,
but then every single,
All the
but then every single business has the right to put a no
Gun.
firearm sign. And if they put it there, you can't bring it there. So Target, if they put it up there, you can't bring it in there. So if pretty much everybody puts a sign up, you can't bring it anywhere. You just have it at home and in your business, and then on the street in the car. So you're basically paying out all this money to have it on the
in your car.
street or on the car, in the car.
They
What
used
is
to
it
have to
called?
qualify.
and then
Right
you
after
always
the-
and then you always take the chance of them labeling you as a criminal if they find the gun. Like say if you have say you have it on you're walking. Oh shoot, I gotta take the train. You take the train and you have the gun on you. If they find the gun on you, you get locked up.
Or you get killed.
Yeah. So and then say something happens on the train and then you had to use it. They'll lock you up because you weren't even supposed to have it in there to begin with.
Sounds like more of a hassle than anything.
It's a huge hassle. It's like you're not just worried. You're very much worried about landing in jail. You know, like you're just trying to defend yourself, but then you get pulled over by the police. Let me search your car. No. Okay, we're gonna search it anyway. They find a gun. Like like you're just gonna be in huge. Like they stop you over here. Like say for example, you got in that bike accident, and then the ambulance comes to everybody. They're gonna find the gun on you. In Wisconsin, they say if a person has a gun, the paramedics aren't treating them until the police come there to confiscate the gun. Then they treat them.
Wow.
Oh, wow. So you could die.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have a gun, they just won't treat you. So
That's
if
weird.
in that case, like, and some of these police officers, they don't even know the law themselves. Like they'll say like that you're like if you don't have a concealed carry, you gotta like keep the gun unloaded
Right.
and then in a box.
Right.
But like so-called. But then they said if you have ammunition by the gun,
Yeah.
they may consider that loaded. So they're like telling you, oh, you gotta have a separate box for the ammunition and then a separate case for the gun.
So if someone attacks me, I have a gun in the car, I'm gonna say, hold on.
Right.
Because even right now,
No,
I
that's
think-
if you don't have a concealed carry.
Right.
But if you have a concealed carry, you could have it loaded. But still, and then they're saying that when the police pull you over, they'll have all the files to say, oh, he has a concealed carry license, he has FYD. So then they're gonna ask you, do you have a gun? And then you're supposed to tell them, oh, I have a gun and it's right here. And then they have the right to take the gun to like basically like investigate all this stuff and then it's like
It's still too new. Hopefully they'll revise. I don't even know if I like the concealed carry. I'd rather they're just a carry.
open carry.
Yeah.
That's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
in
that's
Texas,
never
right?
gonna happen.
I like that better though.
Yeah, but it's not gonna happen. I wish it was like, but it's not. I mean, it's like so many things involved. I'm like, the only reason I'm doing it is because I have like everything already. But the people that don't have everything, if you don't got the gun,
It's too much.
it's like
$1,000
you're literally
is like
spending like
that.
$1,500 to basically get this, and then you can't even. You might as well just get the
Decoration.
FYD. Just the FYD is only $10, and it lasts for 10 years. The license costs $150. It only lasts 5 years, and then you gotta reapply, get another pay another $150, and then you gotta take 3 more hours of training.
You have to qualify to range too, right?
Yeah.
Again.
And then this course I paid $240.
Shit.
$240 for the course, and then you gotta pay all this money for the range and all that stuff. It's like they're basically scamming you your money. They're basically the
What's
law
it
is pretty
like?
much the law is pretty much staying the same, but then they're getting all this money out of it.
Someone
Because they're like,
thought
okay,
it
there's
very well.
concealed carry,
Come
but
up
then
with
there's
a
no,
plan.
you can't bring it into school, you can't bring it into the hospital, you can't bring it anywhere.
Why are you upset? Why are you upset?
Because
Seems like a good plan. Someone's smart.
Someone
They're gonna make
is-
some money for
they're
the
gonna make
city.
shitload of
Make
money.
some money for the state,
I-
and not too many people are gonna have guns.
No, I'm upset
no,
because
the
it's
people who have
basically,
guns are gonna still have guns.
I'm upset because they scam the people.
You know why they did that? Because they don't have a database. Because that's going to be so easy to track everything. Just think about it. If they have you in a system, you're in a system, they know that you have a gun.
No, but they
But
already
the
had it
criminals
though.
are gonna carry a gun regardless without the concealed.
No, the FOID is already that database though.
Right.
So the database is already there, and Illinois is the only state in the whole, all the 50 states that has FOID. The only state. So we have the FOID and we have the concealed carry.
It's crazy.
So they're trying to like combine it, but I mean it's like you said, it's all new. But I have it, so then in the future if it changes, I already got it.
Right. You grandfather.
You know, I already have it.
Yeah.
So, but it's just like they're just like charging up all this money. I mean, if they changed the law and they said, okay, you guys could just carry now, but these are the restrictions, that's different. But no, they're like saying you got to take this 16-hour course, pay out this money, and you got to pay $150, and you got to do all this stuff. That's what I disagree with. If they would have just changed everything, are you allowed to? No, you can now. You can carry it, with these restrictions. But no, they take it. This 16-hour course literally They could have done it in 4 hours.
Is what I say. What are they teaching you?
Yeah, that's what I wanted
They're
to
teaching you a bunch of bullshit. I mean, really, he finished like 2 hours before, but then he's like, oh, you guys aren't allowed to leave before 7. So we're just sitting there watching these stupid videos.
Sounds like my driver's ed
So that
class.
was at theory, the law,
It's a bunch of bullshit. It's almost like designed to scare you away
scary.
from getting the license. That's what the course is there to do.
What
They
about the
scare you away.
ranch?
They're like saying, this is what the guy told me. He said, this is what he told the whole class. He said this woman had these kids and some guy broke in. So she brought all the kids down to the basement, locked the basement door, and she was armed. She's like yelling to the guy, I have a gun, don't come down here. The guy kicks through the door, she shoots and kills him, and then she's in prison for 30 years.
Why?
That's what he told me.
Why?
Because they said, oh, because she could have crawled through the window with the kids, but she didn't. That's what the dude. That's what the dude told me. I'm like, what the fuck is that? This is your home. So you tell me the guy comes in there and he's running you out of your own home.
And you with kids, and you're a woman,
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm saying.
you're gonna be. I'm not gonna use the gun. I'm gonna use the knife.
Yeah,
That's a lie.
you know that. See, when he told me that, I was like, yo, that's just fucking
That's
bullshit.
crazy.
And then they're telling me about the Trayvon Martin case, and I started reading up on that, and then it just got me thinking about all this stuff. It's like just this freaking. You either die, you either take the chance of dying, or you take the chance of going to prison for the rest of life. Which one do you want? And I'm like, this is just a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're telling you that you have this gun, but then if you use it, you go to jail for the rest of your life. Imagine going to jail for 30 years when somebody broke into your home. I mean, if that's true, imagine
I
that.
doubt that's true.
There could be true, because listen,
I mean,
it's
imagine
enough
that.
that the police came in and they took false whatever evidence got lost.
And then the guy said this. The guy said he's like, if a guy's choking you, can you use your gun on him? And then he said, and then somebody's like, yeah. He said, no, you can't. That's what he said. He's like, you gotta do everything that you can to stop the choke without using the gun and all that stuff.
So I have a gun.
I'm like, what the hell is this shit? You know, I'm like, man, this is just fucking
What about
bullshit.
the ranch? How long did you guys spend at the ranch?
No, I didn't go yet. Like I got on December 8th. I'm scheduled to go to the range, and that's when I'm done with it.
Maybe it's just your instructor. He's a
That's what I'm saying. He didn't know, and that's how it is with all lawyers and cops. They're not on the same page. Nobody knows anything. Oh, this person said that. This lawyer told me this, and that. Nobody knows. So it's just like that's why it's even harder to teach for me because you don't know. Like you just don't know.
I got discouraged when I looked at it. You sent it to me. I looked at it, and I'm like, I already took a class. I don't know if I had, but I already took a class with my boy.
Oh, you did?
I did. I took I think it was a 2-day class and just learning everything. Like even if you get a revolver, I like them. I don't know if anybody else uses them, but which one turns left, which one turns right. Things like that. So if you ever get it in your hand.
Was that class with the NRA?
No, it wasn't. Because I saw that qualified.
It wasn't required, right?
No,
that
it
class?
wasn't. It wasn't. But
You just took it?
did. Yeah, because I wanted to be responsible. And then when I started reading on the website, like I had to take a 16-hour course. You know what I mean? It's like bring lunch and everything is like what the heck.
Yeah, it's just.
And I'm like, what are they gonna tell me
That you
different?
already know.
I mean.
I'm sure they could tell me something, but I don't think it would take 16 hours to tell me something.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's just literally the course could have been 4 hours, all right, 3 hours study, and then 1 hour range, and that's it. But 16 hours, and they Illinois purposefully, we want to be the strictest, so we're 16 hours. Every other state's like 8. But then we want to be the strictest, so we're breaking 16. And it's just like, whatever. I mean, there's just a lot of things to consider. And it's like a personal decision that you make, but you have to really think all this stuff through.
So did they teach you anything about like the respect or like the different, finding a safe zone, right? I mean.
Yeah, they talk about that. Yeah, they talk about that. But it's just, it goes a lot more in depth than what they do in the course of when you come in here for self-defense, or when you think about self-defense situations, it's extremely dynamic. And different states have different laws. So like whatever happened with the Martin case is in Florida.
Right.
That doesn't necessarily
Right.
mean that it would be the same over here.
Right.
Because according to what this guy's saying, the laws over here is a lot more strict than in other states.
Yeah, that I agree.
You know?
Sure.
So then it's like, when you have that gun, like, there's a lot of, like, risk involved. Because the police, literally, they almost, like, pretty much label you as a criminal just because you have it.
Yeah.
That's their mentality.
Potential
Like,
criminal.
yeah, they
But
think
that's
that
how
you're a
they're being
freaking
trained. You
criminal.
have to understand that. That's how they're being trained. They train to see the gun, shoot right away, don't even ask questions because your life is in danger. And they are exposed to that every single day. That's the reason my girlfriend dropped out the academy. She's like, I'm not going to look at everybody as a criminal and the person who only shoot me. She quit one day before graduation.
And they keep training you, like, literally, to shoot, to pretty much kill.
Yeah, shoot to kill.
That's
what
pretty
she
much,
said.
I mean, they say to shoot until there's no longer a threat.
No.
But it's like, they're telling you, the guy is literally saying, oh, you know, you shouldn't shoot them in the leg because then that shows that you were thinking. You're supposed to just shoot to pretty much that center mass, like, every single
I
time.
don't agree with that.
You know, it's just like a bunch of, I'm like, this is nonsense. You know, it's like, and then what they do is they pretty much program everybody to be exactly the same.
You respond according to
Like yeah, they program
Action,
you.
reaction.
Like, oh, you know, everybody, you gotta hold the gun like this, you gotta stand like this, you gotta do it's like a bunch of, I'm like, yeah, right.
Again.
You know, no. You know, I was like, they program you, you know, to basically be in fear and to like just result in using the gun in every almost instance. You know, so it's just like, the training is just not the proper training, you know, but whatever, I mean,
You were not satisfied.
I'm not, you know.
It's
Okay,
too
what
new.
if you run the course? What if you became an instructor?
But then it's just hard because you're stepping into the law too, and the law is so complex that you can't really like just. If I tell a group of people something,
You're gonna get sued.
it's gonna come against me. It's like I can't even like advise because it's almost like stepping into the realm of law. Because it's almost like you have to pretty much say if you kill somebody. You can't be like, oh, you know, I was calm and collected. Then they'd be like, you murdered him. You have to pretty much pretend like you're in fear of your life.
Right, self-defense.
So then it's self-defense. But if you say that you're calm, you're collected, you know, that's calculated, you knew what you're doing, they're gonna say that you're a murderer.
Still had no business in my house.
So, exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like so say you kill somebody in your house. Basically, one important thing is you just don't talk to police. You just tell them, I want to help you, but I need to talk to my lawyer first.
Right.
Because you say anything, and you say, you know, I was fine, I was calm, and this is what happened, they're going to use that. Like, oh, you're calm? How could, then why'd you kill him?
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're going to, so you can't say anything. You just have to, like, basically tell you need the lawyer. And so then the lawyer will plan it out so they defend you in court. Because the lawyer will be like, well, I don't think you should say you're calm because you're supposed to be in fear of your death, your life. You're supposed to be, basically he was saying like this. The guy was saying like this. If a guy swung at a woman and she used the gun to kill him, he was saying it's justified. Because he's saying because of the disparity. You know, basically he's like way stronger than her. She felt in fear of her life, so she killed him. He's saying it's justified. And as a police officer, that would be justified too. Because if you're a woman police officer and some big dude came at you, even if he had no weapons, and he tried to hurt you, you can shoot him. And then the courts would probably favor you because you're a woman. Now if you're a guy, he was saying like this, if you're a guy and two guys are coming at you with no guns or no weapons, but two guys coming at you, you shoot them, then that would be justified. Because it's two guys. Just like, you know, what happened to your brother.
Yeah.
You know, so it depends, you know, but if this is a one-on-one situation, and say, like, you got knocked down, and then the guy's walking away and you shoot him, you're murdered, you'll go to jail, pretty much.
See, that doesn't make sense because I would assume that if somebody came into my house, that they came prepared.
And they came to hurt me.
Right.
That's
You know,
their intention.
exactly.
They
You know,
don't hurt
and,
me.
and I'm not going to necessarily respond. Like some people's reaction to fear is different. Like I'm probably not going to be hysterical, but that doesn't mean that it's a less of a threat. You know what I mean? If you're coming into my house, you're prepared for whatever I might have in my house.
Yeah, but that's the thing, like, this is something that you discuss with the lawyer, never with the police.
Yeah.
So if it ever did happen, you get together with the lawyer and then you figure out what you're gonna say. Because if you say something to the police, oh, you know, blah, 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 like, you're in trouble. And then he's also saying this, if you get in a self-defense situation, you end up killing somebody, he said just the retainer fee for the lawyer alone is 20 to 25 grand.
Yeah, that's true.
Just the retainer. So he's like recommending, oh, to get self-defense insurance, which is like freaking $300 a month. You know what I'm saying? This is all this freaking money bullshit. I was like, are you freaking sick? And he's like, yeah, get a self-defense attorney and also get a bankruptcy attorney because you're gonna be bankrupt after this. It's like all this freaking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
I mean, I agree with some of what he says. That's how much it's going to cost. It could cost hundreds of thousands, but I don't think that that's the case there necessarily.
But you see that the way they're designed the course, it is exactly what you said, to scare people away.
yeah.
When I took my course in my country, they said, we are not here to advise you anything, we are here to train you about the law and the circumstances. We're not going to tell you what to do and how to do it, you just need to know the law. And that's how I had to memorize the whole booklet of the law. But that's helped me because I made my own determination. So in other words, that's what they should be doing, they should be showing you the law. They should be studying the law.
That's what they do. They train the instructors. They pretty much like brainwash, program the instructors to scare the people away. It's all money making thing. And then the guy comes in there, he brings in a fingerprint guy. Oh, you want to get your fingerprints? It's $50.
Why would you want your fingerprints?
Because he's like, because then it'll speed up the application process.
No, this is so transparent.
And then like there's like 12 of us. He's like, and then after he's like, oh, only 6 of you wanted your fingerprints? Oh, nobody was on with fingerprints? I mean, the guy made freaking $300 just for taking people's fingerprints.
What a scam.
You know what I'm saying? So the guy made $300 right there just for taking people's fingerprints, $150 for a stupid license, $240 for a stupid ass
You can go to the
course.
police department and get it for like $10 or free or something.
Yeah, like where I used to work, it was free.
It's free, yeah. You should have punched that guy, gotten arrested. Here's my fucking fingerprints for free.
I'm trying to save money.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm not getting, you know, I was just like, you know.
To me, it's designed to hurt the people who are abiding by the law.
Yeah.
By law-abiding citizens,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing all of this to.
Comply with the law.
Right. I mean, if somebody's going to break into my house, they are not on the list. You know?
Yeah.
They're not on the list.
They're going down. That's why you gotta be like Home Alone and just have booby traps.
No, that's the same thing. That's premeditation.
Like, sorry, I didn't know that paint can was there, officer. I was doing some home construction. Some bad timing on his part.
The dude basically kept saying, you know, that you can replace property but you can't replace life. So he's basically saying, like somebody comes to your home and he doesn't want to hurt you, but if he just wants to take your TV out, you're just supposed to let him do it.
Do you want anything else? Do you want me to pack it to go?
But that's because I remember when I was a kid, we had like break-ins in the neighborhood and stuff like that, and they had broken into our house once, and my dad had rigged a 12 gauge to the front door so that if anybody broke in, it would
Pull
go
the
off.
string.
Yeah, and it was like
Wow.
they would took, no, that's premeditation.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, yeah, take that out.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That would work for sure.
Yeah, it'll work.
But there's a lot of things to think about, you know.
That's like, for me, in my mind, that's like for me, that's why I don't even deal with having a car. It's just too much expenses, too much paperwork, too much bullshit, nonsense, gas, upkeep,
Yeah.
forget it.
I can dig that.
I don't need a gun, I don't need a car. Bike.
I mean, I agree with the whole card thing, you know, but the gun situation, what I like, there's a big hassle, but what I like about it is that you have everything in place. You don't have to use it,
Right.
but it's there.
Right.
But say you don't have it and some reason, I mean, then
Right. I mean, I'm a step below you because I have my card, but I don't even have a gun.
yeah.
But just if I'm ever in a situation and one happens to fall into my hands, I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to, right, to be legit. But you know, yeah, I understand.
Oh my god.
So I went through the whole motion.
I was dropping kids when I was living in Poland. I wanted to take my gun with me, but when I saw the list of requirements, of fees that I had to pay, so I forgot about it.
I mean, the FOID is like, it's only $10. It lasts for 10 years. That's definitely worth it. And when you get that, if you buy the gun, then you can keep it at home. The concealed carries is a whole, this is a freaking big mess right now. But it just started. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen with it?
NRA will straighten them out. Let's see.
Alright, let's. Good job, guys.
Okay.